Hello and welcome to the Batcave, your secret hideout for Brawl gameplay and deck tech videos. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'm playing for you a blue-black control deck built around Ertai Resurrected. But before I go over the deck tech, a couple asks of the audience. 1. Please subscribe to the channel and help me grow. And 2. If you like the deck, share the video with your friends. With the asks out of the way, onto the deck tech. The goal of the deck is to get the 4 mana and then take control of the game by either countering my opponent's spells or eliminating their creatures. Ertai Resurrected is both a counterspell and a murder stapled onto one card, so he makes it easier to do both. In addition to Ertai, the deck runs 12 real counterspells and 5 real targeted removal spells. Now, I say real spells because I'm running a few sneaky tricks to get more use out of Ertai's end of the battlefield effects, namely Planar Incision, Blur, and Displacer Kitten. These spells will allow me to reuse Ertai's counter ability, while cards like Thassa Deep Dwelling, Teferi's Time Twist, and Fang Death will let me kill more of my opponent's creatures on the cheap. Now, there is a price for being able to counter spells and murder creatures willy-nilly, and that is that the controller of said spell or creature, typically my opponent, will get to draw a card. As such, I included Narset Parter of Veils to hopefully minimize that, as well as a couple of other cards that will punish my opponent for drawing extra cards. To combo off with Sheldred and Obnixilas, I included Blue Sun Zenith. While I expect to cast Blue Sun targeting myself most of the time, the situation may arise where I have either of these cards out on the battlefield while my opponent has a low life total. In this situation, I could have them draw the extra cards, triggering Sheldred/Obnixilas, thus killing my opponent. These cards on screen are the win cons that I chose for the deck, but feel free to swap them out for something you like more. With the deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. Alright, so this hand I'm going to keep. It's 4 mana. I can get Ertai out a little bit early. Maybe use Behold the Multiverse to try to draw me some cards. Maybe get a board wipe going. Playing against Olivier. This is the Wand Maker. Playing a Chatterfang Squirrel General deck. So I'm going to keep this. Start off by saying hello and lead off with an island. Cunning Nightbinder has flash, so I'll probably, again, keep open the mana at end of turn. Oh, yeah, I gotta get Sylvan Anthem's a great card for, green-based decks, I would say. Sheldred is nice. Good to see that one. And then we'll just pass here. Chitter Spitter. So this is more definitely tribal. Maybe sacrifice a token, acorn counter. Alright, that seems fine. We'll flash this in now, because it's cost mana, right? Yeah. Interesting. I guess do they have all the stops on? Alright, so Shipwreck Marsh this way then. I have all my colors kind of going, and at this point, I think I'm just going to swing and just end my turn. Because at the moment, I can just play out Ertai. I have that if they don't play something I don't like, whether it be the commander or they play some other crazy spell, protection thing even. Alright, fine by me. Now I have a counter spell as well. That's pretty good. So if you want to try to kill it, I could always use Ertai to counter it. Or the other possibility would be to do counter spell all attack. Okay, so I fell for this one a little bit. Alright, so I didn't really think that out. That's fine. So yeah, okay guys, I walked into that. That's my fault. And that point now, I'd say let's get a replicating ring out, make them think I went on tilt a little bit, so that's way they don't know that I actually have a counter spell in hand. So, alright, I think maybe next turn we'll go to the air with Imrith, potentially. Nested Shambler. Alright, that's fine. This is also a zombie, okay. Tireless Provisioner, I think, is something worth countering. Because that's just going to give them a lot more value for tokens, and then whenever they make a token, they get Chatterfang going. What's the likelihood here? Farisha's Great Shark I really like a lot. I could hold that up for a creature. He's down to 2 cards in hand. He's got to play his commander soon, I would think. And if he doesn't, I can always just draw with Behold the Multiverse to kind of get myself, more cards in my hand. Alrighty, tapping that. We'll go with the Great Shark here. Alrighty, and that was too much for my opponent, so Olivier Olivier, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so everything is coming to play tapped, it looks like, with this hand. But I think the Blood on the Snow makes it worth it. I can barely get the counterspell down, hopefully before Jodah hits the battlefield. So, playing against MFSnacks, piloting a Jodah the Unifier deck, and I built my own version of a Cascade deck. My own version of a Cascade deck with Jodah, which I will put in the top corner of the screen right now. But I'm going to keep this. I think it's fine. I can use Narset hopefully to kind of keep the hand going. I'll have Ertai ready to go as well. Going to start by saying hello to the opponent, and then I'm going to start with the Temple of Deceit because it's always going to come into play tapped. Blur is nice as another counter spell. I've got some lands. I got some ramp. I'm going to put it down for just getting another land for right now. Alright, so I got the land. So let's go with the snow-covered island. Go with the Guardian Idol, I would say, just because this way it comes into play tapped, whereas later on if I need to, I can always use a turn with the Arcane Signet where it will be untapped and available for mana use. Well, things are still going a little slow, so let's see. If I were to do two, I have the option of doing Obscura now, or I could do Obscura and Narset, or if I go Arcane Signet and then land, yeah, I'm going to go for that. I think Arcane Signet, let's go with the Castle Vantress, and then I get a Narset out. This way I'm ramping, I get some more cards going, and then I'm able to... Wow. Oh man, I'm missing on the Displacer Kit and the Noxious Gearhulk. That's sad. Alright, so 4 to the bottom. Things that I really would have liked. But, again, I feel like I'm getting set up here a little bit. Definitely going to have stuff for Jodah next turn. Yeah, they're really setting up. Okay. Alright, they're doing their ramp now. That's fine. So, what's the best way to do... I think using Narset first.
I have just the trick.
There we go. I kind of like the Kindred Denial here, actually. And then I think playing out... Let's see if I'm better off playing the Command Tower here. This way, then, I have 2 counterspells set up, as opposed to playing the Obscura and then, only if they try to double spell here, at least I can counter 2 things. All right, so Jodah goes away. We'll use the Kindred Denial here because they know I have it, and this also gets me a 5 cost. Like Defiler of Dreams is pretty sweet, actually. All right. At this point, these two are the same. Let's see. If I do Defiler, Ertai is a little bit cheaper. So now is not the time for the Defiler, unfortunately. Let's get all the Storm Giants out, I'd say, in the meantime. And then I still have my counter spells. This is 2. Yeah, no. So I'll just pass here for right now. And actually now, too, Ertai is a little bit better because since they're already drawing, if I counter anything, they're not going to draw another card. Narset of the Ancient Way. So let's go with I'll do the 4 here. And then I have the extra counter spell, so we'll counter the spell. And then Narset will stop the draw. And now they try to kill Ertai. Ooh, that's okay, we'll do the Essence Scatter now. Alrighty, let's see. So now that I have the mana going, alright, so we'll play out the Defiler of Dreams. Swing for 3. Play out the Obscura, gain the life. We'll go for a Swamp, so I have another snow source. Alright, and then I have a counterspell still up. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. That's probably another one of those that probably should just counter it. And actually, it's funny, like, so they just gave up because I'm playing the whole counter thing, but if they don't know that that's my last counter spell. So, who knows, maybe they had 2 lands in hand, but MFSnacks, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. This hand seems fine. I got Obscura Fire of Storefront to find me a black source for the Infernal Grasp. Playing against Sberry, piloting a Jodah the Unifier deck, so I have removal and removal. But I also have Ertai, so I think this hand will be fine. I can use the Thassa to keep repeatedly killing things with Ertai as well. So this hand, and then the Narset to kind of deny some card draw. So let's start off by saying hello to the opponent, play up the Obscura Storefront, and get a Swamp. Okay, that's some cool one. Yeah, the Mecha. Any Gundam fans out there? Snow. There we go. I was a huge fan. I started by seeing the Gundam Wing growing up back in the mid-90s. That one was... growing up, didn't get to see all of it, but it definitely left an impact. Watching the original Gundam, while the animation's a little bit dated, is still pretty awesome, and that was a lot of fun to watch. I got this... I'm gonna go with the Narset here, actually, as opposed to the Ramp, because I'm trying to set up... Okay, Feign Death, sure. I'm trying to set it up because I have the land. So I could just play Ertai to counter their stuff next turn, because they're going to play their land drop here. They'll put them down to 3, they'll be at 4 mana. Maybe they ramp. But then on when my turn, when I have 4 down, they'll have their extra stuff up. And then, since they'll withdraw for the turn, when I counter or kill their thing, Ertai doesn't get them to draw another card. So that's kind of the plan there. But yeah, no, I loved watching Gundam Wing grow up. The Gundams there were pretty awesome. The original Gundam story, I think, is amazing. If you get over the animation, or again, if you want to see an updated version of that, they had the Red Comet, the Char's one that came out more recently. That takes place during that era. So I really do like the original Gundam storyline. And if you want the best of both, the original storyline and the action you saw in Gundam Wing, I would highly recommend watching Gundam Seed, because it very much follows the same storyline that the original Gundam does, but the animations from the 2000s, so it's a little bit cleaner, and the fight scenes take more influence from Gundam Wing. Labyrinth Skoplos, and let's go. I don't really expect burn, so let's go for that extra card. Liliana seems sweet. Liliana seems very sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna be greedy. Probably should grab the Arcane Signet instead, but pass the turn. So that's definitely, Liliana can definitely be a way to help me win the game eventually. Especially her -9 is insane. I pulled it off a few times with some combos. It is sweet. Rem Carless, Stalwart Stewart. If a spell you would deal. Alright, let's just counter that. I'm not even going to wait to see what they can do with it. So we'll just counter it. And you got a removal spell for Ertai. Goro. Okay. Alright, so I can go... Alright, so we definitely have to play out the Ice Tunnel. Next comes, do I try to kill the Goro? Or do I use Thassa? How often do I think, well, they gotta play Jodah out first. Pay the 3, no. Pay the 2, doesn't work out. Yeah, so let's go with Thassa for right now. No attacks. And we'll just kill Goro. They gotta get Jodah down first. And so, realistically, like, okay, so they play Jodah out, and they play probably the one I would think of would be Othakaya, and that gets them maybe another 2-drop. But how many like maybe Catilda's the other 2-drop they're playing in their deck if they have to have Jodah plus a 3-drop. So there's 5, there's 2. Vanquish the Horde. That's fine with me, actually. Alright, especially if I draw the land. I don't draw the land. But, alright, so that means I gotta keep a black open. Alright, so the math gets a little tricky here. If I do... I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can use 2, I think, right now. Because if I use... Alright, so I guess... Sberry got tired of me trying to figure out what to do. Thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, it's okay. I think I'm fine with it. I draw a bunch of cards, and then I got a blur. I got Ertai one shot, and I can blur again. So yeah, I'm playing against... I'm trying to remember how my katakana right now. Azareya, piloting a Jodah the Unifier deck. Very popular commander right now. So I'm going to keep the 7. And they're probably just want to do their thing. Combo off. Ooh, what sleeves are these? Those are nice. Start off by saying hello. Let's play out the Shipwreck Martian out. So I have all my colors. They're going to probably fold once I kind of counter some stuff once or twice. Oh my god, they're going to Thoughtseize me? Inquisition. Alrighty. There goes my... Oh, they can't hit Discovery, actually. So it's Espionage or Blur. Blur's a good call. They know I got this stuff, so let's do Discovery. Add some more cards maybe they don't know about. Dark Ritual and Omen are not bad. I like Dark Ritual. I like Omen as well. I like both of these. So let me set it up like this. And then what I kind of can do too is I can be sneaky and hold on to the Dark Ritual to sneak out the Voracious Great Shark even. So yeah, I probably should use them maybe for XC and Espionage right now, but kind of want to see what they got going on. That's fine. Moment of the Sea, let's see what we got. Fitted Pool is nice. We'll put the Maze Mine Tome at the bottom. End the turn. Play out the land they know. And then just pass here. Okay, so they're not going for the Jodah just yet, which is good for me in some regard, because that lets me explore. Okay, that's all fine. I don't mind them getting the ramp stuff, because right now it buys me a little bit of time to try to counter stuff. I'm gonna cycle the land here, because I want to kind of keep things flowing a little bit my turn, and I kind of can cheat a little bit with the Liliana. They don't have blue up, so now might be the time to go for the Liliana, actually. So now this also gives me a way on board to deal with, they play Jodah out, and now they got to deal with Liliana first, because I'll just minus her, and then, well, what's the point of playing Jodah out? Golos. Golos is a good one to try and kill. Might be worth actually sacrificing using Liliana's minus ability for, and it doesn't cost me really anything. It'll draw me a card if nothing else. So I could also, let's see if I swing. It might be worth swinging even. Oh man, Leyline Binding. Okay. That's a new one. I did not think about the Leyline Binding. So that is very annoying. All right, so my play here, not attack. And I'm just going to keep Ertai around. My thought here is that they'll try to activate. I could stifle the activation. That's one possibility. Or I can see how bad it gets. Chandra Torch Defiance. Adds 2. Still a little short. So let's see what we got. He's probably going to go off the top then? I think he did his math off here. It's add red. It's 7 for this ability, right? Yeah, it's 7. So unless he's playing a land that I don't know about. So there's Jodah. The Voracious Jodah. Yeah, okay, I think, yeah, I think I put him on tilt by you with the Voracious Great Shark. Nobody sees the Voracious Great Shark coming. So, Azrea. Sorry, my katakana, again, is a little shaky. Azrea, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, this hand is going to be a mulligan. I'm playing against Stormcrow, piloting a Chandra Torch Defiance deck. I don't really got mana. Ramp, negate, Tome of Legend. This doesn't feel as good. It doesn't feel as good, but let me think a little bit. I'm relying on the negate and hopefully drawing another land. Take a free mulligan. Going first. I got a Maze Mine Tome. This one, for some reason, this one feels better. You guys can tell me where I was wrong about my gut on that time, maybe. But again, say hello to the opponent, and let's see how aggressive they are. They might be a more controlled build. I've seen all sorts of versions. Okay, I didn't get punished. I got the land. Start by playing the snow version out, and then a Maze Mine Tome. Alright, so let's see now. I think you definitely get having the advantage being on the play. Guardian Isle, let's just see what we get on the top. The life gain would also be nice too. I think Thas is not really what I be right now. Though she's a nice repeatable way of dealing damage. And I was just going to play out the Replicating Ring. Alright, let's go with double black. And if I play out Replicating Ring and they use the command, they cast Chandra next and they're just going to plus her, I'm going to wait maybe I should have risked the replicating ring. But I want to try to get him with the Wizard's Retort, because I think if I was my opponent, I'd go for it. Alright, that has to get countered. Because I don't have a way of dealing with him otherwise. Pass. My turn. Alright, didn't get too punished with the land. Let me go with the Replicating Ring, and then just pass the turn and draw a card at the end of their turn. Because now that I kind of dealt with the one thing, if they play out their commander now, I'm a little bit more okay with it. I realize as I'm looking at all my artifacts in play, yeah, that's something that's annoying. Alright, let's draw the card. Alright, got my replacement island at least. But it was funny how I had the feeling for a destroy target artifact at the moment, and they went for the land. Alright, Liliana is not the best right now. I have 5. They seem to be a little shy. This will die though they play the Chandra out, and so will the Displacer Kitty. So I need something else with them. If I draw 3, I get 3. I think at this point I can just sit back. I feel comfortable enough that I can use. I used up my stuff that I wanted to use. I kind of dodged a little bit of whatever, and so I think going with the Ertai right now is pretty decent. I can counter. Chandra's Regulator is fine. I'll deal with that for right now because discard, draw. We'll counter the Chandra. Alright, and then hopefully I can try to get myself to a, let's scry real quick to see if I can maybe find another protection spell. Perfect. So there's that. Swing in. I can draw with of 1 mine, keep up counterspell. Watery Grave for 3 doesn't do me anything, so that'll enter tapped. Pass the turn. Now they try to. I think they might go for the Chandra again. All right, they're gonna go with the Den of the Bugbear. That's fine. And I think I'm good for the moment. They're gonna draw, discard a red card, draw something else. Alright, discarding Anger of the Gods. That would affect them a lot more. They draw something else, so probably looking for their lands. Draw the last card of the Maze Mind Tome right now. Alright, I have my 6 plus 7. I really want to use my Liliana right now, but I think, let's see, can this go after creatures? The way they've been going at it, if I go, this has whatever. I think the Displacer Kit might be better here. And this way then it gives me a Teferi Time Twist to kind of have a little fun. I'm moving some stuff around. I could also counter something and kill, depending on how they do some stuff. Pillar of Flame. I'll just straight up counter it. And then we'll just balance the Ertai. I'm not going to do anything here, actually. Because destroying their creature to gain a card doesn't do me anything really right now. And if they play out the Bone Crusher Giant, I could usually just use Crippling Fear to just get rid of it. Alright, Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, they're definitely playing more of a control build, it looks like. Ooh, with some Skirt Prospecting. I guess there's more goblins in the... yeah, maybe there's more goblins to it. Alright, so let's see now if the Crippling Fear will make them concede. That's the fun bit right now, alright. Alright, Drowned Catacomb. Crippling Fear with 4 left over. Sure. We'll choose Phyrexian. So that wipes the boards clean. Swing in for an attack, and then I have protection for Teferi if I need it. So they might go for Chandra to try to kill Ertai. Did I say Teferi? I did say Teferi. Because of Time Twist. I'll use the Time Twist to protect Ertai if they play out Chandra and try to kill him with her. Alright, down to the Bugbear. That's fine, because then I'll probably just use... Yeah, that's fine with me. And I think it's time to start using Liliana to start adding to the board. exile him, and then he comes back in time to kill the Den of the Bugbear. Just remember to decline when you use Teferi's Time Twist. Otherwise, you're putting him to the command zone, and you don't. You defeated the whole point of the Teferi Time Twist. If he drew into a burn spell, I'm gonna be like, really? Ooh. Alright. Oh yeah, I figured, yeah, I kind of figured I had them, but I was Liliana was done it too, but I'm like looking at Defiler with Muldrifter, and I could have drawn like 3 cards off of that play by evoking Muldrifter with Defiler in play. So, Stormcrow, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the wrap-up. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. Record for the deck was 6-6, so I gotta get better at playing these decks that I build, because again, that 50-50 record. The thing I felt like I needed a little more of was probably more card draw. A little bit cheaper, maybe. I could probably maybe throw in a Phyrexian Arena. And I'm a little torn. Do I want more like things that actually draw cards? Like something more along the lines of One Mine or, a Divination effect? Or do I want things that are more like Opt and I think Consider, where I get a little more card selection? I'm getting 1-for-1s for that. So just to kind of go through the deck a little bit better. But so let me know what you think I should probably put in the deck to help improve it better. What cards would you want to play in your Ertai deck? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked today's video, hit the thumbs up icon down below. If you really like what I'm doing, please consider hitting the subscribe button, helping me to grow the channel. Share the video with your friends. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.